Hello, this is Aleph Talks, and we're back with Lust versus Love. So, we'll start with what we learned.
So yeah, I'm still reading Matthew, and I'm almost finished. And I got to the part where Judah betrayed Jesus, and then he was really upset, and then he hung himself. I was like, whoa, that's intense. And then he I thought it was intense how because he threw the money into the temple that he got, and then the leaders, the Pharisees or something like that, took the money and was like, oh, blood money can't be in the temple. I was like, well, that's intense. Like, all this.
Take your dirty money and leave.
And then, just the way Jesus died was really intense, man.
Yeah. Jesus' death always gets me, and it's like 5 times that I've read it already.
Remember, this is what happened.
Yeah, I always get triggered when I think about how he was naked.
Yeah. That part. When Alistair said that, got me, man.
Yeah, so I finished Corinthians and started Galatians, and it's Paul writing to another church again, and I can't remember how it starts because I was reading it, trust me, but I just can't remember how it starts.
The feels.
But the part that I just finished reading was him talking about how we don't have to worry about God, basically, that God knows everything, and that what we do, we still get the consequences, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it was like if you see someone who sins all the time and he's doing good, quote marks, then he still gets the consequences.
Yeah.
We just don't know about it,
Yeah.
Something like that. I might be making it up because I don't remember fully.
It sounds familiar, like the idea of
it's where the reap what you sow thing comes from, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 10 billion times in the Bible, but
yeah. As a specific subject.
Yeah. And I think in that one, Paul gets mad because they're fighting amongst each other. I don't know if that's Corinthians or Galatians.
Kind of.
But they're fighting against each other, and he's like saying, why do you persecute your brother when God even says to bless your persecutors or something?
Yeah. That sounds so legit.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
We should have a t-shirt that says, sounds legit, but I don't know.
Yeah. Don't quote me.
Don't quote me, that's legit. Yeah, so I guess that's what we learnt.
Yeah.
Of course we've learnt other stuff, but we do not have great memories to remember those things. Awesome.
Fantastic. Casual day in the life of Aleph Talks.
It's so annoying not being able to remember stuff.
Yeah.
So our topic is basically our point of view at our age of lustful sins.
Yeah.
In the mind.
Yeah. Like lustful thoughts, pre-Christian.
And post-Christian.
Yeah.
Which the thoughts are still the same. It's just that
working around them is different.
Yeah. That's so weird, I think.
Yeah.
Because we're still having the same thoughts in general. It's just that after the thought, after Christianity, you have God to pray to get rid of the thought.
Yeah. Have someone to turn to and look to for the right decisions.
But before Christianity, you just had to stop thinking about it as best as you can.
Yeah.
Or turn to other things like chatting dudes up or something.
I don't know. We weren't that social.
Yeah, I didn't do that kind of thing, but you know what I'm saying.
We're on the lighter side of lustful teenage life.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about our own experiences, just pre-Christian first.
Right.
And what it was like for us back then.
I didn't think about sex back then. Which is random. Like, that was the peak time to think about.
It's like it's all here now.
Like, everyone our age were, losing their virginities and stuff.
I never thought that was right.
I didn't think it was right either, because, I had a person in my class who we're kind of friends with, and she told me when she lost her virginity, and we were 16, and I was like, whoa.
For me, it's like, you're still a baby, like, you're still...
Well, yes.
Yeah. It's like, you can't be having a baby if you're a baby. You need to calm down. Well, you can, because your body's technically mature, but...
I was super shook anyway.
Yeah.
But I never thought about having sex back then. I always thought about, that it would be nice to have a boyfriend, though.
Yeah, relationship.
For some reason.
It's just, I think it's a thing.
Yeah. Like you're 15, you need a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because that's how society does it.
It's so annoying, like, back...
That's so gross, by the way.
Yeah.
Cringe.
Pre-Christian times as well. How this idea of going through people to learn what it's like to date people rather than dating...
Yeah, I never thought about that before I was Christian.
Yeah.
And then, because obviously we have high expectations.
Yeah.
I thought that finding someone to date and marry was a high expectation.
Yeah.
Because of how everyone does it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not wrong to date people.
Yeah.
But it's wrong to date someone and not think about marrying them, I think.
Yeah.
Because that's the purpose of dating.
Dating. It's like we never looked at it that way before. You just look at it and you're like, oh, I like you for this amount of time, but I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah.
Post-Christian, when watching movies and stuff, it's like, and they get freaked out about talking about marriage. It's like, why did you get in a relationship for?
Exactly. They're like, we've been together for 1 year only. For 1 year only. And they're like, how can you be talking about marriage? Like, you're putting me
I'm gonna be talking about marriage in like the first week.
Yes.
But like,
second date, I'll be like,
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm into marriage, so if you're not...
Like, I don't want to marry you yet, but like...
Like, I don't know, but I'm thinking about it, so,
yeah. That's the kind of, like, standard I'm putting you at.
Yeah. It's just super stupid to date someone and not think about the future.
Yeah. It's
but I guess it's not if you're not Christian.
Yeah.
Because our purpose is to get married.
Yeah.
Because God says. But,
But, like, what's your purpose otherwise, besides
just to be together?
Lame.
I guess people don't really care about... what do you call it? The documental commitment.
Yeah.
Which... Because it's not a promise.
I was watching this video of these two guys, and they were talking about how... about, like, how marriage is, like, a Christian thing.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Yeah.
It's like a Christian thing, right? Well, why do other people care about getting married so much when marriage is obviously a Christian thing? Like, I know there's marriage in other, like, religions and stuff, but the way that we see it, the way we form marriage, is the Christian thing.
Yeah. I was thinking about that just now. Like, while you're talking about it, I was thinking about it. And it's really funny, because, like, why... If you're not Christian, there's no point in getting married, because if you just say you're going to stay together.
If you're not Christian, why go through all the trouble with all the documentation if you want to get a divorce? Because all the troubles you have to go through with divorce and stuff, halving up all your stuff.
Also, it's a lot of money to get married.
For a day.
Really, all it is like girls' dreams.
Yeah.
They're like, I want this at my wedding.
That used to be me back in the day. Like, I wanted a wedding just because, like...
You wanted a wedding?
Wedding. I want a wedding because I want a wedding and... marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't care about the wedding part, really.
Yeah.
I'd be fine saving heaps of money and just eloping. But, like...
Yeah.
But, I have friends that are expecting me to get married.
Yes.
Stupid friends.
But it's weird. It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Isn't it weird, yeah?
You know, not knowing the difference between love and lust, like pre-Christian times.
I don't think I even knew what lust was as a word.
Yeah.
But I didn't know the meaning of love either.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was attraction in general. Because I was weird like that. I don't know.
And, you know, we didn't particularly have anyone to teach us what love was at that time. So it was like... It's an odd thought, because, you know, a lot of people think love is someone who's going to make me happy all the time. You know?
Post-Christian, we know.
Yeah. Because, like, obviously it doesn't make sense. Like, if you look at your family members, you know, like, I love my brothers, but sometimes they make me really mad, you know? But I'm not going to disown them or anything.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's why I find it helpful to compare marriage to family. Like, that's what your husband should be.
Yeah.
Not in a gross way, of course.
Yeah, like, not like that.
Not like incest, but like...
They're your family once you get married.
When you're married, they should be like your brother, friend, you know, that level of comfortableness.
Yeah, it's like a best friend too. Like, you know, you love your friends.
Yeah, of course.
But obviously you still annoy each other. You can't tell me that you have friends that don't annoy you.
You must see them one time every year.
Yeah,
there's no way you can hang out with them often.
Yeah, you can't get... And expectations. Also,
Yeah.
is not something I thought about a lot when I was younger. You know, you don't just... I didn't think that talking about expectations was a thing.
Well, before I was Christian, I didn't even have any expectations. Except that I don't want to be in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
That was about
I
it.
didn't want to cheat.
Yeah.
You know.
And I was really, what do you call it? I really wanted my boyfriend to be attractive, of course.
Yeah.
Which hasn't changed much.
Yeah.
Except I have other values that are above attractiveness.
Yeah.
So superficial.
Well, like, you shouldn't be with someone you don't find attractive, of course, because
it's fake, man.
Yeah, how are you supposed to enjoy the other person if you find them revolting?
I think we've mentioned that a lot in our podcast.
Yeah.
We're trying to make a point, okay? It's okay for us to like that they look nice, but it's not okay to like people that look nice. They aren't Christian.
Yeah. That was a hard one, eh?
Yeah.
Because, of course, what we want as Christians is other people who are Christian as well. People who love God as much
as we do. Have the same values.
You know, because if they love God more than anything, then they can love you and whatever, you know.
But correctly.
Yeah.
Love you correctly. Yeah. But, you know, that's where the lust part comes in.
Yeah, because, you know, there's some cute people who are just 100% not Christian. But they're not, like, what really gets you stuck in it is the idea, you know, they're not a bad person, they're just not Christian. Worst thoughts ever, makes you feel terrible.
Well, I've never thought that.
Yeah.
So, but I get the concept.
Yeah, the thought was there. In some cases for me.
Yeah.
But I never, like, wanted to act on it or anything.
Yeah.
I was like, but they're not Christian. Like, why are you cute? Just get out of my face.
I mean, I don't like this specific attractive person that we've talked about.
Yeah.
But it's hard not to think about how attractive they are.
When they're there all the time?
Yeah. And when you're thinking about them all the time, that means...
It can develop into...
Well, it just means that you're not thinking about what God wants.
Yeah. Which is really intense. That was a hard thing to come to terms with as well. Learning about what occupies your thoughts in terms of liking people and stuff. Like, are you liking them in the way God wants you to like them? Is it God first in your mind or them?
Yep.
Because then obviously you're not liking them properly if
right.
they're first. Because then it becomes, what is the word? Infatuation.
I have thought about something like this thought that I've thought has been, it's condemned me low-key, you know?
Yeah.
Because I haven't thought, like, what if I did it? I've just thought other people have done it.
Yeah.
Like, other people have married people that aren't Christian, but they're Christian. But it's like, I don't want to do that, so,
Yeah.
like, whatever. But the thinking it is like, you've brought it up in your mind that you could possibly do it.
Like, you catch yourself, eh?
Yeah.
And it's good that we're able to.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, it hits a little hard when you realise how intensely you might have been thinking about it, or that it popped up in your head at all.
Yeah, I feel so gross like that when that happens.
Yeah.
Like I'm just being a horny teenager or something.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, oh wow, he's cute, but he's got nothing else.
Yeah, there's nothing else. Like, big deal.
But definitely pre-Christian, not knowing the difference between lusting over someone and loving them was really hard.
Mm.
Like, I couldn't tell, because I didn't know what love was. It was just lustful thoughts in that sense. You know, you get infatuated with a person and you think you love them.
Yeah.
Jeez, I was only 17. Ooh.
Cringe.
I cringe. Most embarrassing moment of my life. I say moment, but it was 2 years.
Also, this is weird. I liked Ben before I was Christian, right? And it was like whatever back then. Like I wasn't gonna do anything, of course, but I just liked him.
Yeah.
And then it changed a lot when I became Christian, which is weird to think about. Because I liked him for like 2 years. You know?
Yeah.
From the way back, like I wasn't as forward as you were.
Yeah.
But I don't know where you got that confidence from.
Neither do I, okay? It's like I got more shy when I became Christian. Fake confidence of being a teenager.
Anyways, seeing the change is really intense because, you know, before it was 100% infatuation before I was Christian that I liked Ben. I was like, oh yeah, he's like really nice to look at.
He was very pretty.
That's about it, really.
Yeah, that's what
I
it
can't
was.
even say I liked him. Like that was just, I liked looking at him.
Yeah.
And then I became Christian, didn't really think about it, and then we talked, and I was like, oh, and then he said he was Christian, and I was like, oh,
caught
right in the rabbit hole, mate.
That's a hard one as well on that side. Like, because we want someone who's Christian. Like them saying that they're Christian can get you really caught. Like,
feels like it can lead to infatuation.
Yeah.
If they mention that.
Like, I'm glad I stepped out of that because that was only last year.
Yeah.
And for me, that was like intense because I wanted to like someone who was Christian.
Yeah.
But you've got to pay attention to how they talk and whether Christ is living in them, you know?
Yeah.
And it didn't seem like it, so I had to pull myself away.
It's really hard. Yeah.
Because like, it's not like we don't want to be in relationships.
No. Yeah.
We want to get married one day, but you gotta make sure that if you like the idea of feeling like hopeless, not hopeless because we have God, but like, you know, I don't know a lighter word to explain it.
In a rut, stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah.
Can rush the thoughts sometimes.
Can
make you feel like you don't have time when we're only 20. Like,
pathetic.
it's because I want to get married when I'm young, you know what I mean?
That sounds so lame. We're only 20.
Yeah.
But we're acting like we don't have time, like we're 40 or something.
Yeah, I know. Like,
We actually have
heaps of time.
20 years, I reckon. I reckon 40 is about the age that I wouldn't get married at. Like, I'm just like, yeah I'm destined to be alone. I'm going to be a nun. But, which is fine. Like, If God wants me to do that, then
I
I'm
can
okay
do
with it. But the thought of getting married really old just seems lame.
Yeah. And because, like, we want kids and stuff.
Yeah, if you get married when you're 40, and then you have a kid when you're, like, 41, then you're going to be, like, 45 when they're 5.
Yeah. And I've already got, like, really sore joints and everything. If I'm old, I'm going to be, like, broken ass. I want to be able to play with my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's lots of aspects into thinking about relationships and stuff.
I've thought about that, you know, I'm obviously not ready to have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it feels obvious.
Yeah. Like
and also, I don't actively try to get a boyfriend, so I'm probably not ready.
Don't even get me started on the not active stuff.
But sometimes the prospect of that or whatever is annoying, because I often talk to God, because I have a lot of teenage thoughts sometimes.
Yeah.
And I just ask if I can either get rid of my sex drive, which would be easy as like everything would be solved basically.
Yeah.
Or let me get married already.
Yeah.
So that it's not a intense problem, especially after what happened that time.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
But I'm a firm believer, and my trust is very well placed, obviously.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. It's just that, you know, when the self-control gets hard, like you have to work very hard to continue having self-control.
Yeah,
it's more of a, like, I'm being lazy right now.
Yeah, I get you. Because, like, obviously it's not easy.
No.
Like, it's going to be so much harder being in relationships with how we are.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's how I also see that we're, like, we cannot be ready as well.
Yeah.
But you never know, God has his plans. Sometimes I feel like he's just going to throw us in the middle of it.
That would be really nerve-wracking.
Yeah. I don't know.
As it is right now as well. Like, I say I want to be in a relationship, but I can't even imagine myself on a date.
Yeah.
So, do I? No. I don't know.
It's kind of all over the place, but definitely compared to pre-Christian, being a Christian just makes me feel more comfortable about these things. Like, pre-Christian was really rushed compared, like, I'm still kind of rushed, but, like, really rushed.
Even before I was a Christian, I didn't even want to get married at all, because first of all, I didn't know what love was.
Yeah. And
also, my soul marriage couple that I knew were my parents.
And we all
and
know.
You know what that means.
Yeah. When you don't, like, I thank God because, you know, he's given us a lot of new examples in our lives of what, you know, marriage is like. Like, we're going to a 50-year anniversary.
That's intense.
And
they've been married more than twice our life.
And, like, they're joyous, you know? Like,
they're a very prime example of what I want to be when I'm 80.
I get you. And I definitely didn't think of that kind of stuff when I was a teenager. You know, it's just like, oh, I like that person right now. I'm going to put all my energy towards that person and waste 2 years liking them.
But not thinking about the future.
Yeah.
That stuff's like, it's hard to reminisce about that because I feel like a stupid kid back then.
When God's not first in your mind, you can see where it leads you. Like, I look back on that 2 years of liking that person and I'm just like, what was I thinking? Why did I put myself through that? You know, like, all those kinds of things. But now that God's first, it feels good to be able to see more clearly what we want. Yeah. In a person.
Yeah. I get that.
And sometimes it feels like we've got really high standards. Well, we do actually have really high standards.
It's not a high standard for them. The basic standard is that they should be Christian.
Yeah, for reals.
But it feels like it's a high standard because we don't meet any Christians.
Yeah. Well, we go to an art school, so it's like hard to find...
The epitome of not Christians.
Yeah. And, you know what?
Liberals.
Yeah. Not putting effort in is a big part of it as well. Like,
oh my goodness.
Sometimes you want to complain to God about nothing happening when you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And you feel dumb about it.
It's okay. We're improving because we're gonna buy outfits. Dressing's a very big part, obviously, because you're not gonna like someone if they dress like a slob.
Yeah. Which is like hard because, you know, if you're like me and you just want to dress comfortably all the time, like, you know, home clothes ish.
Well, you can be comfortable.
Yeah.
In other clothes.
It's finding it though.
Yeah.
It's hard. You kind of just want to stick to how you are, saying things like, if they, you know, they gotta like me how because I'm gonna look like that all the time. Yeah, you know, that argument.
Well, also, like, I wouldn't like someone who didn't try if they liked me.
Yeah.
You know, so,
you know, treat others how you want to be treated.
We're so ridiculous in hindsight.
It's funny to talk about. But,
it's good to,
lay it out.
Yeah. When I have particular thoughts and I forget that I'm thinking them, I always get surprised when I realize that I'm thinking them, and then straight away though I pray about it because I'm like, first of all, I can't believe I let myself think about it so long. Like,
yeah, like you could be sitting there for like a good while
just thinking
about it.
Yeah, but I think it's a good thing to pray about it and stuff.
Sometimes I get really convicted. God points stuff out in the Bible. That verse that says, when you look at someone with lust,
yeah,
you're committing adultery with them.
Yeah.
In your mind, and those ones always get me because
those are really intense thoughts. I mean, I don't think like that because I'm like,
I find it awkward. Like,
yeah.
It's like,
I don't like thinking like that.
How can you imagine a real person like that in your mind?
Because that alludes that they're thinking of them like naked, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's like
fantasizing and stuff. Because fantasizing is a big part, especially on the feminine side.
Yeah.
Of,
well, ours are scenarios.
Yeah.
Males also scenario.
Yeah.
Like in a sexual way. I'm assuming. That's what Alice told me.
Yeah. I don't really know. Because we're girls.
Yeah. I don't know what guys think about because I'm not a guy. But that seems gross to me. I don't know how people could be attracted to thinking like that.
Like, often how I would pull myself out of it when I first started becoming Christian was, how would you feel if somebody told you they were thinking about you like that? And that just like yeets me away from it because that's gross. I'd be grossed out. So, like,
I never really have sexual thoughts about people that I find attractive or anything. I just think if we were married,
it'd be great.
Basically.
Yeah, because, you know, lustful thoughts come in so many different ways. Like, it's not just like the sexual stuff.
Yeah.
It's like just wanting them, you know, as a person, like lusting for their existence, pretty much.
Yeah.
In your space, and which is not good because lust creates idolatry in people.
Yeah, it's gross anyway.
Yeah.
Just like find someone who's Christian, try to be the friend, and then try to impress them visually, I guess.
And if God is, like, if Christ is in your heart, then it'll show to the other person, and that will show to you from them.
Yeah. Also, if God doesn't want you to marry them, I think He'll give you a sign.
Yeah. And if you ignore them,
then
because like if
you're
you
in
have
a world full of trouble, mate.
Yeah, if you have a good Christian community, you know, you have good friends and stuff, and your friends are telling you that they don't think it's a good idea, maybe you should take it into consideration.
I mean, I don't know, but
I trust my friends pretty well. So.
Yeah, you don't just say stuff for no reason.
Yeah, like if your friend's telling you that they're creepy, for reals, creepy.
Maybe they're creepy.
Maybe they're creepy. It might seem harsh because, you know, you get stuck in that infatuation. Like, you need to be with someone for at least, like, I think it was like a year and a half, scientifically, for infatuation to kind of roll
as
over.
a general rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's that. I guess it's good that we both pray about our thoughts.
Yeah. Praying's good. Prayer's powerful.
Yes. So that was a cringy talk, I think.
Yeah.
That was pretty cringy.
A little all over the place, but you get the point.
Who you like is your choice.
Turns
and
to
God helps.
Yeah. Lustful thoughts are hard to deal with. But God's
But it
there.
happens to everyone.
Yeah. So you're not alone. Anyway.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.